Hey there, welcome to DollMotion, the channel where we make new characters out of old unwanted dolls for a stop-motion animated series. In this video, we're going to make younger child versions of Violet, Pyrus, Daisy, Sabrina and Felix. They will be used for flashback scenes, explaining the background stories of the Felis family characters. The younger versions will also reveal a pre-Divus Violet and Pyrus' original hair color. So, let's begin and make the Felis siblings. If you saw the multiple cats hiding in my previous RePaint video, then you found the hints. Good luck finding the hint for the next RePaint video. For this repaint, we're going to use Licca hats. My go-to when I'm making younger characters. Some were from my personal collection, like these Licca twins, and some were loose hats I ordered through AliExpress. These hats will get different hair colors, so we're going to remove the hair. And to remove the remaining hairs, we're going through the neck opening with tweezers. And there's always more in there than you think. With pure acetone, we take off the factory painted faces. And to increase my doll ear collection, these will also be taken off. For the bodies, we will be using, as usual, Obitsu bodies. You can buy a male 21 cm Obitsu body, but I didn't manage to find one. So we're going to use this female one instead. Not forgetting about baby Felix. For him, we're going to use this baby Licca doll. The doll already has the right hair color, so we don't have to cut it off. The characters we are making today are pretty young and won't have too many animal features. But we do need to turn this female Obitsu body into a male body. Also, Pyrus is known for being one of the tallest characters in the series, so his legs need to be longer. Okay, now we can dye the bodies and body parts with red dye more. I do have to say, from all the colors I used, black has, in my opinion, the best results. But don't lay it next to another doll. Lucky enough, I had a spare one. Let's take off his factory painted face and store him away from his brother and sisters. Okay, let's reconstruct Pyrus' legs. For this, we're going to use sticks, glue and plastic rings. You know when an artist say they left their fingerprint on an art piece? Yeah, I literally left my fingerprint, as in with skin and all. Yeah, be careful with super glue. With a lino cutter, I make holes for their future tails. Violet has a soft body and has a different and a bit awkward tail hole making method. Time for epoxy sculpt. We use it to fill in the gaps on Pyrus' legs and to make cat ears. When the epoxy is dry, we can sand it for a smoother look. And also to sand down the fingerprint. The joints are the perfect color, but to give the whole body an even color, we're going to use a spray paint. It's raining outside, like usual, so I'm spraying them inside with the door open. Now the bodies are drying, let's trace the ears on the head and take them off. Well, except for Pyrus. I'm going to glue them back with super glue. Returning to the bodies, we are going to give them some markings, like on their arms, feet, legs and chest. A new technique I use to paint the silicone hands is to mix paint with Mod Podge. This will make the paint more flexible, so it won't chip off too fast when I'm animating them. With a few layers of matte varnish, I seal in the body paint and markings. And when that's dry, I give it another layer with MSC, just to be sure. Okay, let's give these fur babies some cute ears and tails. For this, we are using acrylic yarn. We comb it out and glue it on a plastic bag. When the glue is dry, we can peel it off the plastic bag to make wefts. And to make flock, we cut the yarn in teeny tiny pieces. To make an armature for a tail, we bind different kinds of wire together. Then we cover the tails with bandage tape. To mimic short hair on a tail, we use flock. And for the tails, for the cats with long hair, we use yarn wefts. A trim, and then they can be glued into the body with super glue. Ears are basically the same. Flock for the short-haired cats and wefts for the long-haired cats. Speaking of hair, the girls of the Felis siblings are getting a reboot. I find this personally a very time-consuming process, and it took me about 3 to 4 days to reroute them all. To secure the hairs from the inside, we use a universal glue and a Q-tip. We set the hair with a boil wash. When the hair is dry, we can place them on the bodies and color match the faces with the bodies. To prepare the dolls for a face-up, I first roll the doll's body in kitchen paper. Then I tuck back the hair with pins. But before we begin, Daisy and Felix need some extra preparation. They need the big dot or marking on their face. For this I use pen pastels and mist the super clear between every layer. And here's my setup. I got all the older dolls out for reference. So sit back and enjoy the face-ups when I answer a few of your questions. Have you ever used an Obitsu head in any of your projects? Yes, I used an Obitsu head for Vulpix. What is something about YouTube you have learned that you wish you knew beforehand? I would say, well, social media and overall. Of course you need social media to give your work reach. And you should definitely be active on it. But to keep your mind more relaxed and clear, it's also important to keep a professional distance from it. And by not taking it too serious. What do you think about the quality of dolls like Barbie going down over time? Does it make it more expensive and harder to find dolls to repaint? Monster High and Ever After High are very popular to use for doll repaints. And if you only limit yourself to those lines, then yes, it will get more expensive over time. But the quality of Barbie going down isn't really a problem for me personal, because I only use the made to move bodies and you can still buy those. And overall there are so many new doll lines with new doll body options. So no, I don't think it's getting harder to find dolls to repaint. You can answer this with a simple yes or no if you want. Are any of the dolls going to be major antagonists in the future? I have a theory about 2 of them at very least. Yes. Have you ever wanted to make a full stop-motion movie? Write a script, fully direct it. I know your Divus series is basically that, but maybe a movie about something else? A full movie? No. But a short? Yeah. Before I started DollMotion, I was working on a short about a mother and father who have a blind mole as their son. But yeah, making a stop-motion short by yourself takes about 1 full year to make. So yeah, I don't really have time for that. And I really want to finish the Divus series first. Thank you for your questions, and let's return to the face-ups. I'm not sure if Felix is cursed or something, but I'm not happy how his face-up turned out. So I'm simply going to start over. Although starting a big project where you make 5 dolls at once sounds very great, it has its limitation of focus. I was lucky I could capture the younger versions of existing characters. But making 5 dolls in one project is definitely not something I would recommend. You make mistakes like with Felix here. But I really needed these dolls for a Divus episode. In the future, 2 dolls will be the max for a repaint. And here we have the big reveal. Pyrus' original hair color is white. Inspired by Morton's Felis, Pyrus dyed his hair blue. Because he didn't want to look like his father. A theme that will follow him through the series. And the doll you're seeing here will also be used for another character in the series. It will be much later into the story, but I will reveal it on the Divus wiki very soon. Now Pyrus' hair is drying, we can give the girls a haircut and we can glue back the ears. To hide the markings the human ears left, I made some hair wefts. Just glue them on to hide the markings. Violet and Pyrus are a bit older than the rest and get whiskers. And now for their outfits. I don't have any patterns for baby Felix, so I made one myself. Only some detail with puffy paint and we have a cute baby onesie. The twins will have an outfit which is a reference to a couple of twins I knew in school. They were twins, but they didn't look like sisters at all. But their mother would dress them in the same outfit, but in the opposite colors. So I'm also going to do that for Sabrina and Daisy. With a few cute strawberries. And skirts. Violet will also get a skirt for her Archie's high school outfit. Pyrus and Violet will get simple Barbie shoes, but the twins will get these Chelsea shoes I modified. Also hair bells. Something Daisy still has as her personal style. Using the same pattern, I made Pyrus and Violet a shirt. But I did heavy alter it for a better fit. Hey, did you know buttons on a male shirt are always on the right? And on a female shirt always on the left? Yeah, my dyslexic brain switched it around. Anywho, I also made Violet a waistcoat and Pyrus some pants. Let's add a belt. Violet only needs some school socks. And not forgetting that all chest crest. I didn't want to take the dog tags from Big Pyrus. So I bought new tags for small Pyrus. Now the dolls only need some shine on their nose and lips. And with this, they're done. Well, these younger versions already have many scenes in the Divus series, so go and check them out for more background information about these special characters. A link is at the end of this video and in the description box. Also, if you can't wait and you want to watch more early access RePaint videos, I have a lot of them available on Patreon and YouTube memberships. I just added a new one named Moosefolk, which shows the making of the characters Lloyd, Kai and Sano Alches. But on Patreon you can also see many behind the scenes footage, and I have a big doll pattern library available. Just to try it out, you can become a free member and download a free pattern by following the link at the end of this video or the link in the description box. And before I go, I would like to thank my lovely patrons of honor, Kanemaru, Bunny Queen and everyone else on Patreon and YouTube memberships. These people really make this channel and the Divus series possible. So thank you, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next RePaint video. Bye!